so I won't be following Aaron's chat.
Cute. Why do my lights keep flashing? Hi, Dojo. Bye, Dojo. Is David
What's
just,
up?
you're going to stay in the call, but you're just going to like walk away?
In case things get heated.
I just overheard something you said was completely wrong.
All right, I see us now. Hello, Chess Dojo. We are now live on both Chess Dojo and Aaron's channel, so pretty much famous now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a famous channel and then my channel. It's perfect. Why do my lights keep doing this? What is happening? Something's happening. My lights keep flashing.
Your light?
It's wild. Oh, there will be arguments.
Oh, let's try. Okay. Shout out. Wow. Check out Aaron Hawaii playing chess.
Pretending to play chess during his last stream. So this is cool. Who's going to go first? That's what I want to know. Who is going first?
I don't know. Who's really brave? Kostya's here. Hi, Kostya.
What's up? I was trying to figure out how I can get my PGNs. Oh, here we go. I can load one up. I got a PGN ready.
Or you could just like make the moves, I guess, manually. Can you guys see if I go ha?
I just put it in there. Oh, I can see all that. Yeah.
Can you
see all those moves that I just pulled in there from the Italian, the four Knights
Yes.
Italian? You know the game was spicy when it's Four Knights Italian variation.
Okay, so which color did you play?
I was black in this one.
And did you win or did you lose, or is it a mystery?
I guess it's a mystery. Unless you look in the right side, then it'll tell you. But, you know.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Don't you worry.
So
okay, cool.
I guess with this one, you know, it's like with these analyses, it's always nice to just see how the tide's tilted a little bit. I did analyze this. This is like a 12-year-old kid. You know, everybody loves playing those 12-year-olds that beat you up or you beat up, because I guess I haven't revealed what happens yet in this game.
I said that if I got paired against a kid, I would just resign because I'm so scared of the kids. They're so good.
It's terrifying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've just always been looking for an excuse to beat up on a 7-year-old. So chess is just the perfect match between, you know, my hopes and dreams and my hobbies.
All right. Well, that's a lot of information for everybody watching right
now. I could actually move closer to the mic if that helps, Paul 1E4. So basically this is I'll tell you a little bit behind the background for this, and I learned the real problem with this at the very end was my final game. I tried to let them get into the Four Knights because I had a prepared variation against it, and I can actually just show you because it goes from this, and which is what I played. But then, you know, with the fried liver variation, it looks like this, and my plan was to do this, and I lost terribly in this other game. Takes here. This is this crazy little fried liver defense. I don't know if you guys have come across this before, but it's pretty wild.
And you said you're black here?
Yeah, well, this is actually what happened in my final game, not in this game, but I was trying to go for this line because I thought that I had this prepared, but I blundered very quickly in the this was like the final one, like when I'm like already had 4 wins, so I'm playing like really good people, and yeah, that was.
Is it okay if I flip the board so I can see it from black?
Totally, but unfortunately, we can't. We'd have to flip it on David's screen for chat to see it from my perspective.
Oh, so David is the producer that starts a show and then goes to dinner and leaves the talent there completely defenseless. I love it.
You could say that, or you could call it an exercise in visualization for chat.
There
They
you
have
go.
to visualize the
Ah,
board being flipped.
okay.
Like eating your spinach, you know. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, that's what I was trying to go for. Turned out it's a terrible idea. I shouldn't bring this to a tournament, but it was an idea of mine to try. So, but the
Nice.
game actually proceeded this way. Because they didn't play the knight out to G5. They played knight to C3.
Which day is this, by the way? Which day? did you
This
play
would have
game?
been, let me check the date. This is definitely day 2. I just want to see which game out of day 2 it would have been. It would have been game 4 in day 2. Yeah, game 4
Okay.
day 2.
Okay.
So yeah. If I had won this game, I would have already been in the positive. I did end up getting in the positive, but we'll see if I
Yeah,
lose
you got your gift certificate. What did you get
Mhm.
with that, by the way? Did you get anything?
Got a chessboard. I got 3 books. So it worked out pretty well.
Whoa.
Now you have to read them.
Yeah, that's the other part of it, huh? I've already tried to finish the one book I was trying to finish before I got to Vegas, but that didn't really happen. So some just kind of some basic things. And already I'm up a pawn, right?
Okay. Nice.
So
And
it
you're
looks,
castled, and your opponent is not castled. So
yeah, that's good too, right? So things are looking up.
And then dun dun dun.
So this is a nice
Ooh,
way to defend,
yeah, that's spicy.
right?
'Cause now you can move the knight.
Reveal discovery. I'm feeling pretty good. Things are
Ex-
going along pretty well. So now, like, this is still feeling pretty good because if queen takes, I still have that pawn sitting on c4, right?
Yep.
But
And
queen
another
takes
one
back.
on b2.
So I'm like,
Okay.
oh, I'm developed. I got good structure. Everything's peachy.
it does look nice.
Looks pretty
Yeah.
great.
All good things must come to an end, though. Uh-oh.
And it started to just kind of storm, it was like it was little. I thought I was throwing the droplets of rain, but the pawn storm.
People like to move pawns at that tournament. They really did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good thing to do. I'm not super, great at doing it yet, but it seemed to work. So
I was like,
Okay.
oh, another free pawn. Hey, I'm up 2 pawns. Look at that. Look at me. I got 2 pawns on this 12-year-old.
yeah, I mean, life is good. Life is good. All right.
I see something developing, though.
So
Oh, boy.
my idea behind this move was nobody else can hear. Yeah, nobody else.
What?
Oh yeah. So then I pushed the pawn up to e4, and the idea was.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, make it cool. Okay, hold on. I'm not too good at that, but let me figure it out.
So
always
then
good.
tried to skewer the queen and the rook, with the pawn takes, right? There we go. Hi, it's Baby Yoda. What's up? So if f takes e, bishop takes. This is what I'm looking at, right? Bishop takes,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm skewering.
And then you get
the
this
queen,
nice little, yeah.
right? That should be good. Oh wait, I'm attacking the queen. Things are fine, right? Oh, I got my skewer. Bam.
Uh-huh.
And
Hit
I
you
was
with
like,
the little.
it's a windmill.
Ah.
That is a windmill, sir.
Oh no. Oh no. So wait a minute. This was so you we talked about this during the break after this game where you were saying that somebody like windmilled you
Yeah.
uh and then I can't remember if you said that you just flipped the board and like slapped all the pieces off like in searching for Bobby Fischer and or something like that. So what happened?
Yeah, I was there. He really made a scene.
Did he stand up behind his chair?
He stood up on his chair and started
Oh, wow.
monologuing.
Damn.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually continue the windmill. He just made it.
Yeah.
So that's mate right there.
Did you tell him how disappointed you were that he didn't just take everything first?
Yeah,
like-
I honestly did. I was like, oh, there was a moment in the game, and excuse my language. Actually, I don't have to. He was 12. I can't remember what he said, but it was not water stopper thing. But rather it was a oh shucks or something. Anyways, the point was that he definitely like had a big reaction at the board, and I thought that he had blundered, but it was actually that he was so impressed that he'd gotten the windmill.
Nice.
Like
So-
he's like, oh, and then like, wait a second, that wasn't the right kind of apparently.
So wait, this was the game that you chose to show today? Was you getting windmilled?
Yep. Well, I guess okay, but there's something instructive in this whole game, right? Because somehow I fell apart, even though I'm up 2 pawns and I've got fairly well developed pieces. And so it's just a question of like, like looking at this from like, when was the attack strong enough that I needed to be worried and turn on the sirens?
Did
Like
you see?
that's what I'm trying to, like kind of determine where this fell apart for me. You know what I mean?
Drew, did you see the lesson that I think it was Kostya did with Caitlin? That was about avoiding blunders. And
Okay.
what I thought was really instructive and difficult, a huge thing that's easier said than done, is he was talking about, okay, when you're about to play a move, try to look at what your opponent could be planning, right?
Mhm.
So you're coming up with all your ideas of what do you want, but then your opponent is also doing the same thing. And so he was basically giving her positions and saying, this is a possible move you could play. What is the problem with this? And then it would be like a puzzle, like the chess.com or Elite Chess Puzzles, but reversed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, there's this streamer who I actually reconnected with recently. He's going to try to stream again, but he hasn't been streaming for a few years. Joseph Whale. He was like one of the OG chess streamers. And the way he explained to me this, and this is something that I also kind of forgot during the Vegas tournament, was, when your opponent makes a move, like if I go back, you guys can see it all going back, right?
Mm-hmm.
When your opponent starts making moves like that, I think that's to me an alarm bells move, because it doesn't necessarily immediately attack something, right? But there's a story there. And the way he used to say it is like, ask yourself what the story of that move is. Try to figure out the story that move is telling, because all of your opponent's moves are telling a story. But what is the story of the moves that confuse you, right? Not the moves that seem obvious, like, oh, you move this pawn to kick my knight, right? We know the story of that. That's the story. You're kicking my knight. Whereas this, it's a little less clear what the story is. And that's probably where I would start to think, okay, maybe like I've got the advantage here, but this is telling me that maybe there's a plan, right? White has a plan now, whereas before it was chaos. I was scooping up pawns, blah, blah, blah. And I had a lot of games like this where the pawn moves were the ones where I was like, man, I should have stopped there. I should have stopped and like examined that and said like, oh, what is that pawn move trying to tell me about what they want?
I mean, I guess I didn't really particularly find this to be suspicious. I mean, I thought it was just to play h5 and trap the bishop. That's why I played h5.
Yeah, but then all of the other
Like,
pieces started going to the G file, right?
yeah,
And
that's what I think. I like this idea about the story thing. I'm just thinking that, like, yeah, but this particular move h4 actually was directly to play h5 and trap. You know, most of the
Drew,
time.
are you in chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Acratic saying that E4 was a big mistake because the bishop line opened up.
Yeah.
And so right now, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, that would have been that's all the way here, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, the bishop seeing the back, that makes a lot of sense to me.
I wonder if you could have played that e4 move earlier. Like, okay, so we see this pawn move. What about playing e4 now
It still
instead
opens
of
up the bishop.
first trying to lock that up?
I think it still opens up the bishop and the principle behind stopping the bishop, like what Craddock's getting at, I think is important. It's a
Hmm.
good blockader from the attack.
So if you play E4 now and then white plays D4, and right, that's going to induce.
Oh, there's also that. Also, I just lose a bishop, so there's that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't like about E4 now that I'm in the post analysis. Like at any point, just because why when there's a pawn invasion happening, why let the bishop also be involved?
Oh, I'm curious. Were you also thinking about possibly retreating the bishop to h7 as well?
I considered it, yeah.
Kind of clearing that square in order to give a new square to the bishop.
So then I'm just giving them a pawn. That's the other side of it. You know, I have
Right.
to be willing to give up the pawn,
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
And you
I
already
mean, maybe
are
it stops the
on,
attack.
So
I mean, because then there is like this, like, you know, or I don't know. It's supposed to, if like this kind of stuff. I don't know. It seems that's tricky. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already like, it's like maybe that's defendable, but I don't know if I'm happy with that.
That is tricky.
I didn't know
Yeah.
the stream title until now.
The what? What's stream
the-
title?
This
What
stream
happened in
title of
Vegas?
JoJo, what happened in Vegas.
Oh, no, but that's not because it's not staying there. We're streaming it. We're giving away all the secrets. By the way, guys, Coldplayer in the chat says, I can always figure out what my opponent will do, but never what I can do.
Yeah.
It's kind of the reverse of like what we're dealing with, right? It's like we have plans, but then the opponent's plan kind of catches us by surprise.
Mm-hmm. So is there anything else you guys wanted to look at in this game? Anything of
I mean, I kind of want to work that out, right? Like for me, I kind of want to figure out, what do I do from here?
So at this point, yeah. So like,
because you're still okay. Like the engine says you're still like, up almost 2 pawns.
oh no,
so
we have the
surely
engine
this
on.
is fine.
Oh no!
I've got the
David.
eval bar.
Don't tell David.
I have the eval. I don't have lines. I just have the eval bar.
What I mean is this okay?
Yeah, it says you're like. Well, wait, no. Before that, before F5.
It doesn't like F5.
No, not as much.
This is all not fair. We should.
It's
off. We're on the dojo. Very unethical. We're breaking all kinds of dojo rules. So
Chess Weeb.
We
Chess
do know
Weeb's in the
F5
chat.
was terrible.
That's GM Dennis Boros. For anyone who doesn't know who Chess Weeb is, in my chat saying, "How about H6 instead of H5?"
H6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because now you can still retreat your bishop
What
if
about
they
this?
play.
What about? I guess that's what I'm
H5.
worried about. I'm worried about this. G5.
But now maybe you have access to something in a way you didn't before.
Well, I'm
mean,
saying that their rook has access to my king like it didn't have before.
but then maybe if you do this and you take here, I push the pawn, and this pawn's not such a big deal. You push it in here and check me, and I take it, and then what? You can't come check me again, because my king will just take you. So maybe it stalls you. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's dangerous.
I like
That's
to live on the edge.
Yeah. So you're just saying like here, and then if
Or-
takes,
Or you just actually
No.
no, that's
No,
bad.
no,
no.
push.
Or
But you're
you,
saying here,
go this way.
here. Wait.
or you tuck the bishop in, and you say, "Go ahead and take." Like, what if you tuck the bishop in and they take, and then you just do that? Now what
that
do they have?
looks ouchy.
Yeah.
It's
they
not
need
great, but
dark squares still.
I feel like there's got to be something better than this.
Yeah.
that looks like something that like out of a like some horror chess show. I don't know.
Well, what
Ugh.
about, I mean, the king's still in the middle. That's the biggest thing that I see, right? Your opponent isn't castled yet. So is there a way that you could punish that? Also, is there a way that you could get your rooks involved? The first thing that I see, right, is that if you bring your rook out to e8, it's directly across from the king. And now
Well,
you
the thing
still
is, we have to always be ready for wait. If this we always need this, right? We need to stop that.
Yeah,
No,
okay. So
yeah,
first
we
do
know that's
something to
coming.
free your bishop.
right. And you played
Or the-
h5, right? You did play h5.
Yeah, I did play h5. That was my idea.
Yeah. I mean, it seems okay.
I mean,
But then what did they do the next move?
Queen g2.
If h6, g5, h5. Oh, that's an idea. Oh wait, where was this? So if h6, g5, there we go. That's the Helgilda idea. I like Helgilda's idea. That's locked.
But that depends on them playing g5
Well, that's what I was.
when we know they're
challenging
going
earlier.
for h5.
I kind of thought that g5 was challenging the pawn. That's why he's talking about it, because I was saying, well, what if you do that? But if you do this, sorry, if we go back to h6 and they do this, then yeah, this is totally fine.
Right.
I think that's totally fine for black.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, part of like in my mind, defending against the attack is like having an attack plan of our own. And then saying like, what do I want in my future? And then maybe I can combine those ideas, right? Can I combine defending against their attack with my plan to attack? Because if I could because then I can maximize the quality of each move, right?
What's weird is they're saying that still g5 here is good for white. I think that's what chat's saying. And then here, bam.
Yeah, and then they can play h6 and mate you on g7.
They castle maybe, or h6.
Yeah, h6 and then boom, you're mated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to think about it that way. Like I know I'm under attack, and before I like deal with the threat, I kind of think like, well, what would my plan be if I had like a couple free moves to like form an attack here? And my thing is like I look at our pieces and I'm like, damn, like they're not doing anything. So they are going to keep me on the ropes if I can't come up with a move that gives that was a misclick. That gives my pieces something to do that might also prevent them from totally crushing me like at the same time, you know, because if all I do is think about defending, then I'm still maintaining like the poor status of my pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, it's like, how do I open the position so that my rooks can be doing something good? And is there a way to like open it that also maybe gives an avenue for my bishop to escape or be productive, that maybe undermines the attack? Like, F5. Somebody said, what about F5?
Yeah.
Dang.
That was when you were talking about opening the position. The only downside that I can see of F5 is that it opens up the line to the king, but your opponent doesn't have a light squared bishop. They could potentially win a pawn by doing that because then b7 would be hanging, right?
I mean, this feels good to me because now my queen is out. I can maybe start shoving pawns to get my rook something to
You
do.
know, there's still a massive attack on the king because then this, and
Oops,
pretty
sorry.
soon we're bringing the rooks in with the queen. I don't know.
What about, let's see. Okay, so what's another way of looking
Although
at F5?
that's kind of inevitable, isn't it? Like, is there any way to stop the king from castling at this juncture? Probably not.
No. I mean, and this is definitely coming if we play F5, right? So maybe we can sacrifice this bishop in a creative way to give us counterplay.
You have f7 for the bishop now as an escape square.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know. I like to sack pieces for activity. I want to figure out if taking this is good somehow.
Yeah, let the rook in. That would be fantastic.
Yes, activity for my opponent, but activity nonetheless. Are you guys starting to see like why I did so good in Vegas?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Art was
interesting
like
plan.
for the content, but nobody else was there.
Yeah, I was throwing for the content, but there was no chat. There was no chat to be like, awesome.
Hey guys, look at
poggers.
this. Well, now there is chat, so we can see your game, right?
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, the one thing I find interesting is that Ecratic said it wasn't really bad until this move, maybe. Like, is this still playable for? I mean, it seems intense.
This is 2 pawns for black still. Like, you're still
But
winning.
there's a lot of artillery, right? Like, everything's coming in. So
nothing's open yet is the thing.
It's one move away from open, right? Like, literally one move away. And then
you want to wiggle into here.
Yeah,
but
my
then
opponent looked at this, but like this
where do you
doesn't
go?
really do anything because then when the king comes out, then whatever.
You can't stay here. Yeah, and you can't take anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
We actually looked at that, me and my opponent, after the game, but he's like, I was scared about this, and I was like, I wasn't happy to have it. Yeah, then there's just this. And then
but now you got something. Now there's a sacrifice. No. Yeah. No, I feel like there has to be something from here because your position is still fine.
Well, chat's saying h takes g4, and then that closes the g file, and as long as you keep.
Wait, h takes g4, queen takes.
And then, but then you could do a queen trade.
Yep.
Oh no, wait. But then let's see, rook. That's not bad, honestly.
Yeah, that's just fewer pieces. I feel like you could defend against that.
Pow pow. Pow pow. After the pawn's not there, of course.
Oh yeah, after the pawn's not there, right?
Yeah, no. See, I don't limit myself to
hang your bishop.
The only good moves. You know, I let all the creative juices flow, and sometimes they flow in the direction of, my opponent instead of me. But
well, then how about this one? Wait, you can't see the arrows. All right,
I can see F6.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you want?
That hangs the bishop, yeah.
Yes. Let your hatred for your opponent flow, and something good will come your way. Maybe a bird will poop on them later when they're walking back to their hotel. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At least you don't have the queens, right? And the queen was kind of like scary, right? Because like everything's coming at you, Cleopatra. So interesting.
Well, I think that kind of solves things for me a little bit.
Pushing, right? To maybe alienate the bishop a little bit and get a pawn moving along. There's lots of stuff to feast on.
People are talking about the queen pawn, but I would have to relinquish the E5 pawn if I pushed the D pawn. I'm not sure where they want me to do that. But D4 even, what? Like, I'm kind of confused. where that's applicable. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I were playing this game, and granted, I lost a lot of games in Vegas too, I think what they're saying is first, create an escape square for your bishop, then bring the rook to e8 to support e5, and then start pushing the d4 pawn, or the d6 pawn to d5, d4.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, what it is to me is like I have to have an idea of what I'm doing beyond stopping the attack, right? Like otherwise, you have to be so accurate, right? Like you have to be insanely accurate to like if that's your only focus, then like every move has to be perfect.
But not if you're up 2 pawns, right? There
That's
are
the other
times
point
where
of
you're
it.
up material.
If I can hold through the storm, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely have games where if I'm like up material, right, I'm up a piece or 2 pawns or more pawns, it's like, if I don't get mated here, then I'm winning.
Yeah.
But as your opponent, you're like, okay, if I don't mate here, then I'm losing. So they're going to play in a more, I've heard it called desperado.
Interesting.
I would say that, like, in general, my full conclusion with this game, though, like, if I was to really say, like, a conclusionary analysis takeaway is don't get windmilled.
Don't get windmilled. #Vegas.
If we keep going, like, all this is still good. I think E4 was the thing that got you right here.
Yeah, I saw the point was, right, I was looking at the bishop seeing this. That was basically why I did it.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that looks so tasty. But really what I was allowing was this, and this, and this, right? Like,
yeah. Neil says it's scary when the chat sees more, but I don't think that's true. We're all scrubs. So this was Drew in my first tournament, and Aaron, how many tournaments had you played before?
This was my second
tournament.
If you don't count this really stupid tournament that I decided to play in San Francisco. That was the only reason why I played is because like Hammer and Fabiano and Robert Hess and Danny were all playing. And I somehow bribed the organizer into giving me a spot in this tournament. And then I lost all 4 games. And I was like, all right. And they were rated too. They're like FIDE rated. So I have a profile on FIDE's rating page now. And there's a Photoshop contest where I'm going to try to send them a photo to put in my FIDE profile on their website. And yeah, go to my Twitter if you want to see what people have suggested. It's pretty sick.
Are you still taking suggestions?
Oh yes, of course.
Well, think of something good.
Well, I did want to point out one little thing going on in chat right now where Craddock is saying that the scrubs are too weak. Which makes me wonder what he thinks about himself when he got beat by the scrubs, like that's the real question.
Snap. Ooh, Drew, I didn't know you had it in you, man. Damn, that was cold.
Yeah, the 21 Craddock's 2100, we did a consultation match against him a few weeks ago and took him out. So
way too weak.
Wow.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So Are we at a juncture here?
Yeah. Who's up next? You guys got a PGN ready?
I can just input a game move by move, which is probably just as fast.
That's fine.
But I want to give you guys the option between 2 games that I didn't, both games I did not complete my notation. I think when it got low on time, I just played moves and I stopped writing. Right. But okay, so the choice is
in chat.
Huh?
Judas Monk is in chat.
Hey!
Okay, so I lost both of these games. Well, no. I lost one of these games and I stalemated in the other game. The sad thing is the notation for the actual stalemate is not here. I could try to reconstruct it from memory, but I think I stopped making notes.
Oh, but wait, but that's against Standing Man. We got to see that one. Oh, that's against Standing Man. Oh, okay. That's, I mean.
Tell chat the story of the Standing Man.
Well,
I actually got the first part of that.
Yes, you do.
Because I was Saturday morning, game 1 at like I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning.
That was your
And,
first game?
Our first game of the entire tournament,
Oh,
because I didn't play
no.
Friday. I didn't play on Friday, so it was just Saturday and Sunday. And I come over to the tournament board, and this is a room full of like 1,500. I don't know, like some insane number of people, right? Whatever the count was, over 1,000 probably. And I sit down at this table, and this guy sits down, and it's fine, it's normal, and like we we don't shake hands because it's COVID, and we get started. And like 3 moves into the game, he just, gets up and he's straight up standing here and he's just like looking down at the board and he's tapping on the back of the chair. And I'm like looking around the rest of the tournament everywhere, trying to find if because this is my first ever chess game at a USCF rated event. I'm looking around the whole room trying to find one other person that was playing him, standing. Literally nobody. So I get out from that match and I go up to Aaron after the first game or something, and I'm like, dude, there's this guy, and he stands up. And then, oh, by the way, I lost. Oh, there's one other part. He said, by the way, you shouldn't trade that dark square bishop in the French. Right after the game, some nice tips and advice,
Yeah, I remember walking around the hall and I'm like, because my opponent for the first round that day showed up very late and then our game ended early. And I saw you playing the standing man. I was like, what is even going on?
The standing man. Why does that sound like either a character from the X-Files that works for the CIA and they only know him as the standing man, or maybe that's like a horror villain, like some kind of serial killer?
Yeah, no, absolutely. He might be. We don't know.
So let's say, literally the next game, right after I'm telling you about this dude, here we go. That's the intro.
Yeah. So then day 2, second round. Wait, what is it? 619 was the second day, right? It was 18th through 20th.
Yeah, and that was my first day because I didn't play the first day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. That was your first day.
Right.
It was my second day.
Yeah.
So okay, so first game of the day, he gets the standing man. He's explaining it to everybody, and we're all standing in the in front of the the check-in counter, and we're all like, oh my God, that's horrible. I would be so pissed off if somebody did that to me. And then game 2, I sit down and guess who comes walking up to my table? It's the standing man. And I was like, you're kidding me. No, I don't want him. I don't want him. This is not real. This is not happening. I took drugs yesterday, not today. This is not real. No, I'm kidding. So I got the standing guy. And all right, so we have to, I guess we'll do this and we'll clear the board. I played as black.
Yeah. And he played the London.
And he played D4, which I never play against, right? When I'm on chess.com, everybody plays E4, right? Always. So I'm like Scandi all day, right? So people play D4. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So knight F3, knight F6. Granted, and keep this in mind, guys, I have absolutely no idea how to deal with the London. I used to play it as white, but I couldn't remember what people used to play against me when I played the London. So I'm like, oh God, I don't remember any of this. Bishop F4, knight C6, E3. what did I play? I played H6 because I didn't want to allow the knight here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not great, but whatever. It's early.
I would call that slow.
Knight D2, G5. I like to attack things.
Okay.
So I said, let me attack his things.
Right.
I think that was also why I wanted to play that, is I keep the knight out and I prepare to attack his bishop.
So at this point, is your plan to castle queenside because your pawn structure on the king side is already...
You think that I'm thinking about king safety right now?
Okay, you're just thinking about attacking.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'm like I play like the Vikings or the Mongolians. I don't have a plan. I just attack.
All right, I'm
And
sure it turned out great. Let's keep going.
I think it was just like my blood boiling that I got the standing guy, and I was like, you know what? This is going to end very quickly one way or another. So here we go. So I played, what did I play? G5. He played bishop G3. I played bishop G4. He played H3. And I played this. And then bishop D3. And I played G4. I don't know what I'm doing. Why did I do this? He played H takes. I played bishop takes. And then C3, Queen D7. God, this is horrible. I'm so glad I didn't lose this game. Haha. Queen B3. Long castle. Take that, B7 grabber. And then they played long castle. And I played knight A5. Queen B6. No, that's not right. You wouldn't play Queen B6. Whatever.
Yeah, Queen B6 would be a little blundery.
That
There
would
we
be
go.
awesome. No, okay. So knight C6. We're just gonna get all these moves in and then we can scroll around, I guess.
All right, here, just an idea. Oh yeah, let's just do the moves in. That's fine.
Okay.
By the way,
E4.
I wrote in chat, someone said, does he look like a guy with a plan? And I said, cool hat guys don't have plans. So
We don't need plans. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Okay.
well, you
Bishop
have cool
takes
hats.
F3.
Why would you
She
need a
takes
plan?
I mean, the style factor is kind of the thing that I just said. A6,
Oh man, his pawn structure looks so cool though.
Queen B3, Knight A5. You can tell I'm just like,
Yeah, this looks slightly
yeah.
familiar.
It's let's see. Queen C2,
Oh wow.
Knight E8,
Uh-huh.
Bishop H4,
I feel like you both have regressed a lot, but ouch.
Bishop E7,
Oh wait, okay, there's a defense.
Bishop takes,
Nice.
Queen takes.
Okay, you're holding on.
G1. Oh, I'm good in a pinch. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
F6,
Okay.
F4, F5, Queen A4 again. We're just having fun over here. Knight B3. Okay, now I'm worried, right? He's coming. Knight
Standing man
B8.
is white. That is true, Savage.
Standing man is white. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, you mean on the board? Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about races or? Yeah,
I see.
We're definitely talking about pieces.
Five. C6. Rook G6. Where's G6 there? Crazy.
He might be the
B-
new Karen. We don't know.
5. Rook takes E6. Where's that? Yeah. Bishop takes A4. Wait, what? No, something. What? Oh, B takes A4. This was
Okay.
cute.
Queen trade, right?
Rook takes E7.
Mm-hmm.
H5.
Now this is spicy. This game.
Knight takes A6.
Mm-hmm.
Knight D7.
Okay.
Rook E6. King B7.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost there.
Oh man!
Knight
Oh really? Dang.
B4. C5. Bishop A6 check.
Uh-huh.
King C7. Knight takes D5 check. King B8. Rook G1. Where's that? There.
Uh-huh.
Knight C7. Knight takes C7. I wrote. Yeah, that's a K. Rook G6. It's probably this rook. Bringing this rook in. I didn't write
Mhm.
which rook. and then knight f8, something like that. Okay,
Oh,
so that's
yeah,
where that's where I stopped. That's where I stopped writing.
okay.
Obviously, like everything got traded off here eventually, and what we ended up with was like my king, this pawn. All the pieces are off the board. I don't have these pawns anymore, and they've got like I think
Can you
this
try
pawn
to play
and
it
these
out from
pawns.
memory or?
Oh God, probably not. I wish there was a way I could just
I
delete.
assume if I were gonna guess a few things, check, right? King here.
Then move the rook.
You try to save your other rook, maybe
Probably. I mean, one would
with some
assume.
kind of move like this or something.
This or this. Do you remember?
Well, that would work to help us trade off some of these pieces, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll just make a bunch of moves to like get rid of things, I guess. I'll let you take these.
Do you remember how your knight got traded off
No.
with the
And
bishop?
we got to get rid of these pawns too. So
Wow.
let me do this. Oh, wait, is that? Oh, whose move is it? It's White's move. Okay, so I got to get rid of, I'm just going to make some bad moves here to get rid of some material so that I could try to make the position here. I think maybe this bishop, whose move is it? Okay, so I'll move this bishop here so I could take it. We'll move this rook here so I can play this, so I can take that pawn. And now we're getting close. Now I think we're getting close to the position that I actually had here.
You also don't
So
have a
let's-
knight, right?
Yeah, eventually that knight's going to come off the board. Let's see. This pawn will go away after a move or so. Okay. And then we got to get rid of this pawn and leave. Yep, perfect. Okay, this is it. Oh, but we need to get rid of this pawn too. Or maybe that pawn stays there. This, yeah, let me take that one. Yep, take this, take that. Okay, we're getting kind of close. And maybe put this pawn here. And I'll go here and you put your king there and I go there and you do something like this.
Oh no.
Okay. So my move is this, right? And I'm like, come on, baby, come on. All you got to do is stay here and it's over, right? Oh, wait, but this square wasn't available to me. So let's pretend there was something here like defending this square.
So we didn't need to trade off these pawns. There were 3 pawns, let's say.
Yeah, so maybe there's still a pawn here on e3 or something like that. But yeah, basically, I don't have these squares. And all I got to do is hope that he doesn't move. He makes any move, basically, other than staying there. And I think he played this to clear the path for the pawn. And then I just looked up at him. I looked in his eyes and said, it's a draw. With like the most dead face I could possibly make. I wanted it to hurt. I looked at him, I'm like, it's a draw. But inside I was like, oh! And
I
he
feel
looked.
like you might
they're
be
all right.
villain in
C3
this story
covers
though.
D4. We were all focused in on the conclusion, but they're right. C3 covers D4.
Oh, really? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I had none of these, right? Perfect. Exactly.
Mhm.
So yeah, and I told the guy it was a draw, and he went like this. He went. I was like, I'm thinking to myself, you would have jumped out of your chair if you were sitting.
Wait,
It
you
was
said
good
that?
stuff. No, I thought that. I was
Okay,
like,
fair
I
enough.
wanted to say that so bad.
Oh man, you should have. You would
And,
have stood up for the rest of the tournament.
My first thought was finding you after the
Right.
game and being like, guess what, dude?
Yes. Yes.
Aaron, you know from his side of the story, he's telling it and he's like, I entered this chess tournament to, be able to buy food for my puppies and they haven't been able to eat in a month. I was just standing because I was so wrought about it.
Yeah,
and now this guy in a cool hat thought
I'm going to have to pick which puppy to feed to the other one to keep it alive. Like, terrible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so by the way, Aaron and I had come up with a new plan because I was doing pretty well on the second day, and I was like kind of scared because that guy's pretty good, it turns out. And so,
Oh yeah,
we
his
were-
record. I have his record here.
Oh, you do?
He was 4.5 out of 6 on the first day, 3.5 out of 6 on the second day, and 4.5 out of 6 on the third.
Oh
Why do you
man!
have
So
his record? Oh, did you do that for all of your opponents?
Oh man, I'm like a professional stalker.
Wow.
Nice.
I have his name. I think I have half his address.
Okay. His social security number, mother's maiden name.
I know the names of both of the puppies that you mentioned.
Yeah. Well, there's only
Yeah.
one now.
so there's a thing about this guy that I don't know. Wait, Aaron, did he do this with you where he was basically like telling you like how you screwed up in the game, right?
No, he didn't say a word to
Oh,
me.
because
He
you drew. Never mind.
he
right,
was
yeah,
devastated.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
dead silent,
Right.
standing there, like looking at the
Yeah.
position, like.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just handed the paper, sign it, didn't say a word. I walked
Yep.
away. I was like, I gotta go tell my friends about this.
So Aaron was telling me that a few of his other opponents apparently were complaining that he would tell them as well, like with me, what they did wrong during the game, which I think is a little offensive. after
It's
people
bad
lose.
manners, I think.
So yeah, but we came up with a pretty good plan, which was that if I was playing him in the final round or near the end, because I started doing well that day, while I was chatting with him, I'd be like, as soon as I started to win, like as soon as I knew that I was about to win that game, I would stand up behind my chair and I would
Start
just
tapping.
start just kind of like tapping and whatever. And then at the end of the game, I tell them, well, you want to know like what you did wrong during the game? You didn't do your opening, and you didn't get through there like just sitting down.
Yeah, I think if you'd settled in, got comfortable, maybe you would have saw that.
It might have worked out for you.
We had a plan. We did. We talked about it over a sandwich. It's like, if either of us get the standing guy again, day 3, here's what we're gonna do.
Oh man. Well, now I feel bad because he probably just has back problems and like can't sit for too long.
Hey, casual player, we're going to be getting to Amanda's game shortly, but I just wanted to go through and actually do a little bit of analysis here with this game since it's on the board and we have the moves in here.
Yes. So go for it. Do you want to take the lead on that? Because I honestly have no idea what happened in this game. It was pretty bad. I think I was just devastated that I got the standing guy, and I was just like, I can't believe this. Especially because I know you lost, and I was like, okay, this guy's probably one of these dudes that is like really strong, and he just needs a rating.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming in here, and he's gonna like crush a bunch of newbies, and he's gonna stand in his chair, and he's just gonna be like king of the castle with his back problems and his puppies, and this guy's got a whole backstory we don't know.
There's gonna be a Standing Man movie.
Standing fan.
No, that happened to me actually. The third opponent that I played on the second day was a 16-year-old kid. And after the game, he was like, yeah, I feel bad because I've never played USCF before. So I'm in the beginner section, but I play Northwest Chess and I'm 1800 rated and 4th in the state for my grade. I was like, okay, well, I probably wouldn't have made you play through that losing endgame for me if I knew that he could convert it.
And,
Hawaiian Pan Pizza said something that I think it makes a lot of sense as well. It said, in my first tournament, one of my opponents gave me a tip on why I should break my pawn structure like I did in the game. I actually appreciated it, getting tips from stronger players. And I think that that's true, right? If you go to a casual night at your local chess club, right? Like Portland Chess Club, when I lived in Portland, they have casual Wednesdays and you just show up. And I went there knowing that I was going to get wrecked, right? That these are like club players. I don't even have a rating. I've never played a tournament. I went there knowing that I would get crushed, but that the atmosphere was casual. It wasn't quiet. No one's rated, right? So there's no pressure, and it was okay to talk out loud while other people are in the room playing their games. And so, yeah, it was like, let's go. We'll play a game. I'll lose, and hopefully my opponent will give me some tips, and then it's like free coaching. right?
Mhm.
I think it's different if you're in a tournament atmosphere, especially if you have more games to play that day, that like you can kind of like, right, the damage is done. You've beaten this person, right? They already probably feel bad enough about that. And they don't have a lot of time to shake that off before they have to play a new game and like reset their emotional state, right? So it's almost like, to me, putting salt in the open wound, like it's not productive. I don't know. What do you guys
Mhm.
think?
I think it also depends if he asked. If he just launched into the postmortem without asking if he wanted it, especially given the fact that we're all unrated, right? So I know in the etiquette talk, Kosti and David were talking a little bit about this, where if you are, it's not that we all knew that he was like much higher rated and he should be giving advice. He might have known more, but then in that case, I feel like ask like, hey, do you want a pointer on one of the moves? And you can say yes or no. And if you say yes, then give it, and if not, then
Yeah. I mean, to me, like I think advice and I love to analyze, and I think I might have been even. I think I even broke a few of the principles a little bit when I beat people, and I was like, "Hey, did you want to go over the game?" And even that is seen as like maybe not. If you win
But
the
that's why
game,
there's a Skittles room, right? Is so if
yeah,
people do want to review their
but
game, they can
but
go to a place and like,
there's actually a conversation that Kosti and David were talking about. If I remember correctly, it's like if you lose, you're the one who's supposed to be able to provide the question of doing analysis. And so like the winner, like doesn't like but I mean, I guess think there might have been also a factor about rating levels. Cause like if they're like a titled player, I don't know. I think if there's a big rating discrepancy, then it's even worse to ask if you win. If you it's like an upset, but maybe if you were close, it's more acceptable or something like that.
well, here's a situation that happened to me on the last day, my second to last game of the tournament. I actually had a really interesting game. In fact, even though I lost, it was my favorite game of the whole tournament. And
Mhm.
after I resigned, instead of us both getting up and immediately signing each other's paperwork and stuff, he said, like in a whisper, I'll stop the clock, right? And I'll take the win. But do you want to keep playing just to see where this goes?
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, sure. So we stayed put. He turned the clock off, right? He got the win. I had resigned, but we stayed and sat there, and he allowed me to sort of redo my last move because I resigned after touching a piece that then, because of touch play, I was blundering the piece basically. Because no matter what square I moved it to, it was hanging. So he gave me an opportunity to like redo that move, and we both sat there and like kept looking at the game and thinking about it. And I actually really appreciated that. So in a weird way, it was kind of like them saying like, yeah, I beat you. And maybe by continuing to play it out, you'll see exactly how much worse it's about to get for you, right? Almost like they want to play with their food, right? I want to show you just how bad you were losing. But the spirit I could tell of that offer wasn't malicious. It was that he also felt that the game was interesting enough that maybe it could still go either way. And yes, I had blundered and resigned, but that wasn't necessarily him saying, haha, I beat you. Like, it was more like, I found this game really interesting too, and I want to talk about it, even though, yeah, I
Mhm.
won, right? And I think you just kind of like, I don't know, there are right and wrong ways maybe
Yep.
to ask your opponent, even if you won, like to continue the conversation with you, right?
Totally.
But the example you gave of like, well, here you shouldn't have done blah blah blah. That's a little like, you
yeah.
know,
Analysis, like if you get into the analysis room, if you're in the Skittles room, at that point, oh, I thought this move was a better, there's just ways to do it. Or
yeah,
like
or
the way that I do it, it was like I was curious about this move. I thought you were gonna do this. Like that was one of the things I did in one of my Skittles room postmortems with my opponent. I was like, I don't know why you did that. I thought this was better. What did you think? Or where were you coming from when you did the thing I thought was the blunder. You know, like that, like that's kind of the yeah.
Yeah, there
I
are
don't know.
gracious ways to like, in a way, you're complimenting your opponent, even though you beat them or whatever, by saying, we say it all. The commentators say it all the time, right? Like when I don't know what to say about something, I just say it's interesting, right? So like you could say the same thing if you want to have that conversation. You could do so in a way that still validates their effort,
Yeah.
even though you beat them, and say something like, yeah, I thought it was interesting that you had played that because it made me think that you were thinking that. Is that what your plan was? Like, instead of saying you shouldn't have done something, but instead ask an open-ended question. Why did you play this?
Mhm.
Yeah. I do like what Gilda said about just assuming that people are coming at things with good intentions though. Basically as the receiver, assuming good faith, and then as somebody who is offering advice, being open to feedback and saying, okay, cool. Yes, I meant well in this case, but if you get feedback from your opponents on your community members, on how to do it more tactfully or thoughtfully, being open to that as well. So it's really on both parties to just be open and gracious with each other. But I do think this was a good conversation to have.
Yeah,
The,
some
the
people
biggest
just forget.
underlying point though is if you're standing behind your chair, just generally don't suggest what your opponent should have done during the game. Like I think
I say, well, these are actually really comfortable if you want to keep talking. No, I think that's right. It also can be possible that people just don't realize the tone, right? Maybe they don't realize like in their minds, it is like constructive invitation, and they don't realize that maybe there is still a better way to kind of like start that conversation, right? You give people the benefit of the doubt there for sure. But yeah, I mean, I would look for opponents after they'd left the hall, right? So I'm not talking in the hall and get shushed by a tournament person, but like say, hey, I love that game. Like that was a great game. That was fun, right? And then that's the opportunity to either talk about the game or just like talk about enjoying chess,
All right.
So do we want to finish up do the analysis on this one and then get over to Amanda's?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you said, you weren't thinking about a plan. You were just thinking about attacking.
I would think that Helgilda and I, this is a inside joke between Helgilda and I, if you're still here. This is, it looks like he is. H6 is too slow.
I heard that there's an H-Pawn fan on the dojo, in the dojo somewhere.
No, that's a Oprah shock. He does 1H4. Different person, different joke. No, different set of circumstances. But anyways, no, this just like this stuff is like, unless there's like actively like a real thing, like just get your pieces developed, like this is, there's certain situations like a Nidorf, which is super specific, the opening, but like when you just do these things, it's like, what else could you have done? And the other things you could have done was like that. Like there's a bishop out, and it's like, which do you feel happier about with the situation, your bishop out or the fact that you might have two moves to get an attack on a bishop, That's kind of my take. So
yeah, and especially following up by moving the G pawn, it's not actually trapping the bishop, so now your opponent has all their pieces developed. Well, I guess your opponent was moving the bishop from your pawns, but still you don't have your pieces developed.
So anyways, going into the game, this kind of thing, it's just like, is the bishop any worse now?
Right, not really. Exactly.
I don't know.
And now your opponent just has the open file or the semi-open file.
Oh yeah, I had an idea with this situation. I actually would have taken with here. It's supposed to go back to this,
Yep.
and then this.
Yeah.
kick the bishop back out. Now your king's completely secure. I mean, not completely, because there's still this going, like
Yeah, but you've got time to
this-
regroup
this
basically now.
thing happening. But like now the attack's off, and yeah, you got some more opportunity. Although there's a good question from Mandar Madarkadunk. I don't know. I mean, actually, like maybe this and then this. I don't know.
I don't like what that does to the king.
What if we just did this and then this? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe better there. Because you do want to get the knight activated. So Mark Dunkadunk.
I think part of this for me though is just being an inexperienced player who doesn't like. I will see threats everywhere, right? Because I haven't been playing long enough to know what is a threat and what isn't a threat. So then by moving all those pawns in front of your king, sometimes you can, but for me, like I'm just hearing alarm bells because I'm like, I don't know, like there is a chance that there is a very real threat, and the way to minimize that risk as a newer player is not to ruin your king side pawn structure.
I mean,
I guess in this case, queen side, because your king is there.
Yeah. I guess
like your idea of trading the queens
Don't
and
listen to
just-
me. Don't listen to me.
I like it
'cause
though. I like trading the queens and then
Nope.
having that opportunity to regroup, I think.
I'm talking about the G2, like G3 thing. I'm not going to say for sure that that's the right thing to do because I don't know that. I mean, in fact, here's another idea. And now your knight's active without having to push any of the pawns. So actually, that's probably more solid. And then you have ideas of pushing the rook to protect your knight without, oh wait, no, you can't do that. Just kidding.
Yeah, if we trade
there's
here,
this.
then if we trade here, you double my pawns, and then I've got, but I mean, you've just given me your light square bishop, so I'm not very exposed, even though you've done that.
Yeah.
Queens are off the board. At some point, I get nothing's attacking your knight on f6 right now, so I would probably want to play e6 and let your bishop out. Although I'm not sure about that. I mean, you could move the bishop to g7, but at some point you're going to want to get that bishop out too, right? To connect to your rooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything needs to work here. These are all they need jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
And
But that's what trading the queens maybe gives me, is that time to give them assignments.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the London, right, your opponent has a very, very solid pawn structure. And so given the fact that your king is so much more exposed, again, with my beginner principles, like I would want the queens off the board because it's less scary.
Yep. We'll just continue on throughout the game and see what happened. Wait, I think I'm still in a line. Okay, here we go. No, I'm still in a line.
Yeah, farther back.
There
Maybe
we
just
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that move actually benefited me, them playing e5, because it kind of
It's
like
interesting.
sequestered their queen a little bit.
Yeah, you did get back on the attack here. Maybe here is better. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. This actually does work. I think. Well, I'm thinking about this after
You're trying to get to
because
G5.
the knight back in these spots, like none of these squares are future possibilities. So maybe they're.
I think I was
instead of there.
probably thinking more of this to get here,
Okay.
like a full-on remaneuver to get the knight behind a
Mm.
pawn.
Okay. Interesting.
But maybe you trade that off and you make my pawns nasty, and then you own all of this.
Yeah. I guess it's hard to tell because there's going to be a lot of other moves before all of those things happen.
Hmm.
So by that point, it's like, wait, what is the situation? And what situation there? Hard to tell. I guess this is just faster, just 2 moves to get there, which is threatened by this because this is defended, which is why I'm still a little concerned. But even no, that's triple defended by these 3. So actually, yeah, this square might be problematic for your knight. I don't know. I also don't know how to get rid of all the arrows quickly.
Just click anywhere on the board.
Okay. So, anyways, I don't know. But this is what happened. I like this. Yep.
And it's funny because this is one of those situations where I feel like I'm losing, and usually you don't want to like trade pieces when you're down material, right? But I was like, trading pieces actually is kind of, it feels okay for me right now, because then it kind of like relieves some congestion.
Mm-hmm.
You're not down material though?
No, it's
No,
still
it's
tied.
equal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
In my mind, I'm thinking emotionally, I felt like I was losing and shouldn't trade. But then I was like, no, like, let's do it. Let's trade stuff.
Yeah. No, I think trades here are probably good. But okay, so you felt like you were down emotional material.
Yes.
Emotional.
Yes. And I was also technically lower than my opponent as well.
Yeah, physically. Literally lower.
Literally. Dude was tall too. Did we ever point that out? Dude was actually pretty tall. Like, it seemed like he was like, like, yo, I'm tall.
You just walked around saying, yo, I'm tall. This
So
now is become a roast.
What was this move about?
Don't know. Maybe I'm trying to keep the knight out from here, and we'll trade them here.
Like going back here?
Oh, sorry. Out? I didn't see which direction you were going, backwards or forwards.
Sorry, no, you're bringing your knight back.
Okay, just bringing it back.
Did you want to come here?
Trying to bring sexy back. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's no future for that though.
Mm-hmm.
To be on this square.
Well, there's this square, I guess.
Oh, you know what? I think I might have been trying to defend this because we've got stuff lining up here.
Yeah. I would have preferred to just try to trade the queens.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I mean, at this point, probably not so great, but like earlier for sure when I had the opportunity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totes.
Because even here, like, let's see, takes, that's check, but it's pretty fast.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. You bring your knight up maybe here instead, so that if you go back to before that and put the knight here, see, now my knight can't take it. And then it's me.
And the queen's attacked. Oh, well, there's this.
Yeah. Now what if white trades queens?
Oh, or just takes the free knight.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always the free knight.
Take the free stuff. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the key moment. I think the key moment was when the opportunity existed to trade those queens. I could have identified that, like, actually that would buy me the time I need to fix my development.
Yep.
That moment, and also just the opening, probably.
Yeah. Well, the guy gave himself a standing ovation until I stalemated him.
Look at that piece.
I'm glad you guys got to see that game, even though, I didn't have the actual moves. It was cool that we were able to reconstruct the position so you guys could see. Awesome. All right, Amanda, I think you're up.
All right. Is there a way, let's see, can I import this, or otherwise I'll just be doing?
Yeah,
if you have the PGN,
can you copy and paste your PGN?
I'm gonna
but you don't have control of the chessboard on David's
If
computer.
you send me the link for your game, I can handle it, I think.
Okay,
Cool.
I think this is the right game. Yeah.
Do, 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 do. Did you put it in our
The Zoom.
where'd you put the link?
I'm gonna put it in the Zoom.
In the Zoom?
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, cool. So I guess I just copy that URL and paste it.
You go to share, by the way, PGN. You see that little share button at the bottom?
Yeah.
You can share,
Okay.
click on the PGM tab, copy, and then you go to where the pieces are shown, where it says set position. Back on the live board, it's like a rook and a pawn.
I
You-
see.
You hit PGN again, copy and paste. Are you trying it?
No, I thought you were doing it.
I am.
Okay.
Done.
I can tell a joke in the meantime.
Where it's in there.
It's in there. I'll tell the joke anyway.
Cool.
So why don't fish play basketball? Because they're afraid of the net.
Oh man.
Are there rules? Is this against terms of service?
I don't know. David's not here. What can he do?
And to be fair, the Patzers are huge fans. Oh no,
What?
the stream just died on the.
Well, my stream is still live. So
yeah, but
welcome
okay.
to the Arn Hawaii
no, I think it's better
show.
now. I think we're good. I think we're good.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you guys are still live.
Sort of.
it.
Sort of.
Now I've got chat making fish
Fish
puns,
jokes.
So
Yeah, see what
Yeah.
you've done.
mission accomplished. Are we going to see an Amanda game? Yes. Yes, it is here.
Yes.
So I also am showing a game that I'll spoil it. I lost this game. But I'm not sure that it was losing when I stopped notating. I think I ran into time trouble here. But I'm really interested in this end game and how to play it, because by the time I stopped notating, as far as I can understand it, I'm down a pawn. So let's just go through the game. It was I'm black here, and the opponent played d4.
I like how we're all black, and unfortunately, like the board is set up from David's perspective, so like it's gonna always show us on the wrong side.
Well, you'll just have to follow slash Arn Hawaii to see it from Amanda's point of view. It's a shameless self-promotion. Oh, what? Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
But I need a hat.
Wait, what? You're saying I have to have hats in my merch store?
No, oh yes, I will buy an Arn Hawaii hat.
Damn it! This was the perfect selling opportunity, and I didn't. Okay, let's go. What?
All right,
Who's controlling the board?
I guess
We all are.
Yeah. Okay. So
Although I guess Amanda can.
Okay, sweet.
Since yeah.
d4.
Did they play the London? Tell me they played the London.
No, they played the
Okay, Queen's Gambit.
Gambit, and I declined it. Luckily, I have played again. One of my Dojo classical games was against somebody who played the Queen's Gambit, and so I played a few training games against it as black, and got. I need to stop reading chat.
You
I
have a
got
horsey hat. Where is
What?
the horsey hat?
The horsey hat is here.
Yes. Oh my God, you put it on too. I was about to say.
Mhm.
Perfect.
So, all right, I'm done with this.
No, I'm not done with it. Okay, fine.
So nights out. I usually see the C3 knight first, I feel like, but
Yeah.
they didn't do that. So then they took the other knight out. I don't think it really made a difference. Bishop out. Castles, wanted to get castled as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm always scared my king's in the middle, and once we get castled, then we can finish up development.
Yep.
So they played their pawn. I played the knight here, which is the tip I got from the more experienced folks who are teaching me how to play, to keep
Mhm.
the C pawn free.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
That all looks good to me.
Bishop out. Then I think I wanted, yeah, I don't know why I decided to kick this bishop at this point. But I did some really weird stuff after this, it looks like.
Yeah, I would still be trying to get that light square bishop out and get the queen out and, you know, do the other stuff. again
Yeah, I
before
don't
use
know
the
why
light-
I didn't I feel like the move here would be maybe to like move this. I can't actually move pieces. Wait, it's not my turn. That's
If you
why.
go back, there you go.
Move this pawn out, and then I don't know what they do after that. Well, that's
I would even say
bring the bishop out if they don't do something.
I would say queen here, maybe to go queen here, something like that.
Is there
And then-
something wrong with like moving your knight again to attack this pawn?
No, personally, I like this knight here. I think get the queen out from behind, or
Yeah.
even, yeah, something like the queen, getting the queen there, right? So then you're like
Well,
out of the pin, and like, because there's no reason that bishop doesn't need to be there, and we all know that moving the pawns in front of your king are like, it's good when you're trying to prevent back rank, right? But other than that, h6 is
okay.
it's a hook.
Hugilda
right?
and Seth are saying c5, which I think is a good move for
Ah,
this position.
Mhm.
So
ooh,
that's what-
Tarrasch
that's a
style.
lot of tension right there. So
spicy.
definitely spicy. You got to know what to do with it. But the other thing about moving the knight again to attack that pawn is that you're just spending another tempo moving a knight that you've already moved before all of your pieces are developed.
Actually, c5 solves another thing. Rather than 2 steps, your queen is out in 1.
Okay.
Ah, looky Lou.
Or
And then you can take
even
this. Ha ha ha.
all the things. I actually have a lot of success against the queen's gambit with getting my queen out to one of these 2 squares. Like so often, because there's so much weird pressure applied. Like so much.
Yeah.
And it's not like the queen's easily attacked in these positions too often. Sometimes, but not too often.
Definitely. Up until now, up until like before, I feel like all the pieces are where they're supposed to be. And then after this, the next few moves, this middle part of the game is where you're going to be like, this person doesn't know how to play chess, because then I just move everything to where it's like not supposed to be. And for some reason, I'm moving pieces. I also didn't notate which knights, so I'm doing my best to
Mhm.
recreate what happened from memory. But so they
Fair
just moved their bishop back, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to move the G pawn because I'm already castled. So that really did nothing. So I break out of the pin. And then they castle. So I think at this point I was just like, I'm out of the pin. I'm gonna move. Nope, that's not what I did first. I traded off the bishop, which like I kind of did for no reason, to like then attack a pawn, but it didn't work. And I
Okay.
think it's just a bad idea to trade the bishop for the knight altogether. I don't think that was the right time to do it. There was no good reason. Because then
But
I
just
hopped
bring
in
it back
here.
instead.
What's that?
Just bring it back instead and like start to point.
Or leave it there. It wasn't attacked. Wait until white plays a3 before trading on c3. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I wanted to bring my knight here, even though it's not doing anything. I had some idea with it. I guess it was to attack, right? Takes, bring the knight here, and then it's
Mm.
attacking this pawn.
But let's look at the fact that you still have a lot of development left to do at this point. Like you're
Exactly.
talking about like, oh, I want to go do this and I want to go do that. But like you still have like these rooks aren't connected, the queen's on the first rank, and the bishop, stuck behind, and you haven't figured out a plan for this.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like
developing means I'm
when
not
when you get
attacking.
when you get
And
these
that's
pieces out here, it's like, look, they're one move away from being like completely, connected. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and looking at that game, that's why I start saying this is where everything I start just doing a lot of weird stuff that doesn't work because I don't have enough pieces involved, and like nothing is where it's supposed to be. And
yeah.
I was saying on your stream the other day, Aaron, loose pieces lose games.
Canty.
Canty was saying loose pieces lose games, and that's just what happens, I think.
Mhm.
So I trade this off. It's not particularly good. It's just wasting time. Then I bring the knight here, and they move the queen. So at this point, I don't know why. Okay, so what I saw is I had a rush to attack. I could bring this knight here to defend, but then they can take it with the bishop, which would I guess that I would take back here, and then they wouldn't give this check. But I didn't want to do that for some reason. Just c5 them is what's
Wait, you did notice that square then protects that, right?
No, I did. I guess I didn't notice that if I moved my knight here and they took, I could take back with the knight. So I noticed that later because I ended up, I think, in a similar position, which was just very silly and wasted a lot of time.
Yeah, I think I also had a game where I missed that a backwards knight recapture would actually then defend a square that otherwise I thought lost to the tactic. So yeah, those are tough, like to see beyond just the recapture, but also like what does that recapture then give you, if anything?
Yeah. So what I did was probably like one of the worst things I could have done in this position. I just moved the knight back. So that was a waste of time. So they start pushing pawns, and I see this pawn going, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'll make this little pawn pyramid to stop it. MG Weirdo will get there. And they start pushing, and then I start pushing as well. And I don't know. I think I just wanted a place for my bishop to go eventually. They bring their rook in. Yeah.
But I guess this is why like c5 earlier is so important, is to maybe not allow something as strong as this to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're also just trying to take that. Yeah, you want to take this, like that's the idea. At some point, you're going to take d4.
Yeah. So I guess I moved the knight back now because it's doubly defended. Don't love c5 by white. And so they start bringing their pieces in, attack the knight. I bring the knight in. And I think at this point, I've realized that I can backwards recapture. So.
Oh yeah, and you've run back and forth from these two squares.
I know.
A bunch, right?
It's so absurd. I don't know. I like these knights are just going to those squares, and now the knight goes back. Because at this point, it just took me this long to be like, one, I can backwards recapture, and two, it's covering the h7 square. So, but then they just start pushing, and I think, let's see, takes, and I move my queen out because I don't like, I see that, this.
Yeah, you don't want to have to take back with the pawn, right?
Well, not only that, but if they take the knight with check, then my queen is hanging.
Well, you could take the knight.
But then you have to take with the pawn, right? And then you are exposed.
If I don't move the queen, say I do something like this,
Oh no, she's saying that. Oh yeah, no, I
Right,
see
then
this
they can
now.
take the
No,
knight
from the
with
rook,
check.
not from the knight.
and then I have to take back, and then they take the queen.
Yeah. Yes,
So,
yes.
I've done enough tactics puzzles to look at that and say, oh, okay, cool, we're not gonna allow that to happen. When I hang my queen, I just hang it directly. That was the last game. So I move my queen out of the way. Then I take back with the queen, again, moving it to that square so that there's something to take back with. And then, let's see, they move the rook. I bring the bishop out finally. Oh, the bishop's so happy now, although it's defended by nothing. They move the rook. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I'm like, all right, let's see if I can get the bishop back to g6. So one, it's defended, and two, it covers this battery between the queen and the bishop.
I would propose the idea of challenging the open file that rook has. Maybe instead, as opposed to moving the bishop around, like doing something like this.
Especially because it's back rank made almost if they forget about it.
Well, I mean, hopefully
Yeah.
Hey, that would feel pretty terrible if you won a game because they forgot back rank. You'd be like, did I even win that game? But
one thing that I noticed that I almost blundered just now, if we go back a bit to like here, is I'm like, ooh, this pawn is free, right? Nasty.
Classic.
Yeah.
That is a classic blunder right there. Yeah.
see, I can find those. Yeah, it's the blunders that I can't find that are the problem.
Yeah.
See?
No, it's the same thing as before, right? If you have your queen lined up with a rook and there's something in between it, can that thing move with check? Because then you're in trouble. So finally, I think my thinking was, let's just connect the rooks, right? Let's bring the bishop out. They move the rook. I bring the bishop back and start moving it. So they attack the pawn, but it's still defended, I think. And then I did that. I brought the rook out.
Which is a better time because actually MG Weirdo just pointed out something to me. If this, then oh wait, nope, that hangs the rook. Never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that. Anyways, wait.
There you go.
There we go.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if like I do hit you with that check first, and let's say, you move in this direction to help recapturing if we have trades here?
Yeah, well, that's what I did. Wait. Yeah, so they
did play it.
They did play it.
Whoa.
Which is trappy.
I do.
Yeah, okay.
It's definitely scary.
You know what I would
scary, but
here's something to look out for though. Wait. Where's that bishop? So as opposed to doing this, if you go like this, they might be like, I'm fine, and then you push this. Wait. I don't know, they do something ridiculous, and then you trap the bishop.
Well, so no, I mean you can do it anyway. So the bishop moves, right?
Oh.
You get this, and then I was like, the bishop's trapped. So I moved. Then they did.
Oh, they did do something.
Oh wow.
Well, they had to. They had to. You have to cover. You have to cover the back rank checkmate at this point somehow.
Right.
So he thought here for a long time.
Realized he dropped his bishop probably.
Well, but I mean he figured it out. So he moves, right? Because like anything else, right? You move the bishop back. Well, I guess you could move it back here. But if you don't, say you move it back here, then what? Then I move here.
Yep.
I guess you have this still.
Yeah, you have to play
not
that.
made, but it was free.
You're on the back foot now for sure. Bring
Yep.
the other rook over and we keep going.
Yeah. So he was like, I'm not gonna hang the rook. And there wasn't really a follow-up to this check. So he moved to save the rook, and then I was like, I'm gonna trap his bishop.
Mm-hmm.
So now the bishop can't get out. However, what he managed to do is my bishop was also now in a bad position. I managed to trap his bishop, but I also trapped mine.
Really? Okay. Oh yeah, that's
So this is where I had a long think,
uh-huh.
right? And I saw this too, I think, before pushing the pawn. I was like, I can push the pawn and see if I can trap his bishop, but then my bishop is also going to be trapped.
Maybe it's not if you like put your queen here. So when the pawn's here, it can't take because it's pinned.
Woo! Nice. I like that.
And then
Oh,
you can
that's a
play
good one.
you can play g4 if you want. It doesn't work until you remove my queen.
What about h4? Oh, I guess you just take it. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, okay, so rook e3.
I just like finding weird moves. I don't care if they work. Let's just play it.
I
see
think
what
it works.
happens.
I mean, you could do like king h1, like after, like, let's say this, but man, I do not like white's position.
Yeah, bring this in here, you know.
Yeah, let's
like,
hang out. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the moral of the story might have been to be a bit more patient there and not just be like, all right, trapped their rook, they have my rook. Yeah, queen g5 is nice. So, bishops. But that's what I did. I was like, all right, well, I pushed this to trap the bishop, and then they did this, and I was like, great, I'm trapped too.
Arakito said something. Even just bishop takes g4 is interesting. So like they play that, and then you play this, and then they play that, and you just take.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
then
just a nice, yeah, but I mean, the point is that, oh, but the king is so open now, right?
I don't think I was great on time
okay.
during this game.
Oh, that's a whole nother point. This is a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, play this, you're getting this, you're still getting that, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff here. I think that, yeah, that check was not good for white.
After queen g5, they said. So like after this happens, and then you play that, and then you can take something. I don't know. Derailed.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this, and then.
And now if they take the bishop, you take it with check.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. That's just, I mean, you just got 2 pawns and you're still winning the bishop.
Oh, it's super losing though.
For black?
Maybe this.
No.
And now you're totally on the back foot.
This is terrible. Check.
No.
I just got another pawn.
Okay, but I play this. I can sack here, bring the queen in, and you're mated.
Yeah, so right now
Wait, you're there.
Oh no, that's losing. That was like mate and something actually.
So f7, the f pawn is pinned, so you can.
Oh, that was mating.
Pawn at this point, and nothing can take it back.
That was just mate.
All right. Well, this isn't what we did.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's the problem, is that if takes, then this is pinned now. So if we take here, right? Okay, we do whatever.
But it says white. That was like a super bad move.
Because it lets the bishop go free, and it just ruins everything.
Wait, what's a bad move?
Taking
this
the
whole
second
thing.
pawn.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if you play all of this and they block with that, and you take this, then maybe there's some other defense that doesn't get you back ranked and then allows
Here-
them to sack and mate you.
It's not a sack. Like
What
now,
about-
Oh, it
Right.
actually isn't because the pawn can't take
yeah.
because the rook pins it. Wow. Yeah, this is harsh.
right here.
You can't even trade. Yikes.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super, super bad.
Let's go back to
Okay.
like, what actually happened.
It was just a cool moment.
No, it was for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this was like, but this was the main moment of the game where like what I actually did was just, all right, cool. I'm going to get this bishop as soon as possible, and then they got a bishop too. And
Right.
after this, they were just, or I mean, I guess it was even, but it didn't do anything. It didn't capitalize on that moment where they made the mistake. So takes. Now my king is super exposed. Maybe I should have taken back with the, oh no. Oh yeah, with the
Then
queen.
they'll trade. And
Yeah.
they'll expose you anyways. Queen trade. And
You
they'll-
know what though? That's not as bad.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say why. Because after this, you know, I don't know. What are they going to do here? Like, no.
well,
like,
that just blunders
it's
it.
not like it doesn't matter. King exposure here doesn't matter because the file is closed by that pawn. It's not a problem.
Yeah, you have to
Right?
maneuver to even get an attack on your
It's
king now.
not
So
at this point, you're already in an end game where you start to want to think about having your king in the middle, anyways.
yeah.
Like,
I
like
go after-
actually, this is perfectly fine for black. I think.
Yeah, if you trade queens, the kings are instantly safer.
Right.
Kind of like in my game too, right? Where it was sort of like, you know what, actually trading the queens
Yeah.
like
if you want-
gives you time to recover from the aggression.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because here I like my pawns, but yeah,
I think take with the queen all day, force the queen trade, and then your rook has the open file already, and your next rook is coming over to challenge that pawn. Like you know, black is
Mm.
great here.
And there's a point that Sokolov said, which is look at your pawn structure
yeah,
versus their isolated pawns.
Yep.
Not bad.
so the problem is they had a bunch of checks and they also had initiative. So I don't know. I mean, I might just have done this wrong. We actually don't get to a point where I'm losing in this. Well, that's not true. So I start pushing, and then I bring my rook to here, and then let's see. And so I drop a pawn. So that wasn't good. Yeah. So I mean that's something to look out for, right? Don't drop your pawns when you have them. So I guess I could have like instead of that.
Can I point out that you were not that far away from being windmilled?
You're gonna see it in every position now, Drew.
Everywhere.
You're gonna be like, oh
Everywhere.
man, when's the windmill coming? It's coming.
No.
No, I think your experience actually will make you not like that will make you having had that happen to you actually will make you so like impervious to it.
Yeah.
You'll see it coming like a mile away now.
Yeah. Oh, you're not windmilling me. Oh, wait, so what did you do here though?
So they took the pawn, but I also took a pawn.
With
So
check.
they're
Oh,
kind of-
you're forcing a queen trade right here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. So I took it with check, forced the queen trade.
Cool. But but they get a pawn now. Oh, they get all the pawns.
Yeah, they got 2 pawns in this whole series.
Exactly.
Or well, no, she can defend, but she didn't.
But then they also take this one after.
Oh, it's check. It's check. Never mind.
Yeah, it's check.
Yeah, you go here,
The
they hit you.
The whole it's check thing, huh?
Yeah. So they get
Yes.
another pawn.
Yeah.
I'm bringing to the 7th, so I'm going to let's see, they bring up, we trade, and I
Oh wait.
with
Oh,
check.
I missed
Ooh,
a little
trade this
tactic
way.
here. Missed a little tactic here. Here.
Oh, but
But-
maybe checking solves the whole thing somehow.
I'm just saying you got a pawn. That's all. Maybe you save yourself. but-
Or just take here. It's not pinned.
Oh, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Ignore that. That was silliness.
So takes check. So now they have these pawns.
If you check here instead, then you get this
Oh, yeah.
pawn.
You get a pawn. Oh, but she got that pawn anyways, so it doesn't make any difference. I don't think.
I
And
mean,
you
it
know, that's the
allows
one that
this
was
pawn to
closer to
run.
her.
It allows your
Oh,
pawn to
that
run.
pawn is more important. That's true. I
But
guess.
this also, yeah, f4 is more dangerous because that's the pawn that's running on their side.
But your king is blocking that pawn, so it could be argued that like your king's never going to let it through. Maybe.
But yeah, there's two though.
And to stop my pawn, you can't come underneath it. So you have to go around, and that's takes time.
Yep.
Go back before the queen trade and wonder if you could have taken the rook. No, because the queen's defending it.
Yep.
Oh, what about this though? I don't know. I'm just playing around, but
Then pin rook with
what's White's move here? It's just a fun thing to look at. I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I just
What does White? Just maybe you square up.
yeah, if you square up, then probably just something like queen back or yeah here, and then just
Defend
here.
against the mate. You're also, defend against the mate. Also attack something. I don't know.
Oh, I was looking at another move too, which I forgot. I don't know if anybody's better here, but
okay. So what they're saying
another.
is they're saying queen takes rook, and then queen takes queen, and then you pin with the rook.
Oh, look at that.
And
Yeah.
queen
And then
takes-
queen takes rook takes a check.
rook takes.
Oh, look at
Actually, you could take with the king to activate your king because you're not getting checked. After queen takes, king can take, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not losing the attack on the pawn.
And then you got like this kind of idea. With the king.
Lovely. And now you deal with the runner. I mean, yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Nice. That's some good tactics, chat.
Saves pawns. Well, you're still down one pawn, which I ultimately was as well. So let's see the position that I got to at the end, right after. Let's see. Where?
Ooh,
Yeah.
woo.
So this is the final position that I got to,
That you wrote down.
that I wrote down.
Right,
Yeah. But I think what happened is that
That H pawn's too strong, right? Isn't
H
that the
pawn
end
is
of the
too
story?
strong, right? So I can't stop them both.
Right.
And what chat was saying is that F5 was concerning. So I think there was something, I don't know. Maybe I needed to be pushing these two pawns in, but I think I'm just worse. And I don't know when it got there, or like, when did they start taking pawns? All right, so it was this sequence here, right?
Yeah, that's
All of my
tough.
pawns are lined up, and I moved out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not giving up all of the pawns.
Or what about just where was this that they lined up on you here? Just play this maybe? Add a defender to the pawn. And that gives you a lift.
Yeah, so they have 2 attackers, 2 defenders.
And now they definitely don't take because you also take back with check and like it's not good.
That's why
They
the
get
idea of
Pawn
Actually-
grabbing
for a rook, like
Actually, now you actually might take with your queen and force the queen trade here. check.
Well, white still has a move here.
I'm saying if white takes.
I mean, white's just blundering if they take at that point
Oh, you're right. Never
because
mind.
now you got an extra rook.
There is the rook. Sorry.
chess numbers is saying f5. Yeah, that's the problem too, is that my queen is lined up with this rook, right? And so the G pawn, like you can't take anything because, yeah, exactly. Okay, so you
Ah,
move the rook out of the way.
and you can even now take with the rook maybe because all kinds of nasty things happen. Well, you blunder the rook there, so you have to take.
Yeah. Yep.
So you have to take it.
And then white's gonna take.
Oh, that's just better for white
Yeah.
all day.
Well,
All
I don't
day.
know.
Well, you bring the king in, right? Well, you can't because it's there. So I guess you bring the rook in.
Can you bring this in and then force a trade?
Yeah, I think.
Wait, can they defend that pawn? They can't.
No. So then they push, I don't know. D5.
Oh, look at that. And if you take, they have a runner.
Oh yeah.
But
And
then
it-
you just
And then they get a check.
Oh, but that is a check. Yeah, that's a check. Protects the pawn.
Yeah, but after trading,
Still protects the pawn.
yeah, make a move, right?
Yeah, I mean this is
I could still push this.
Yeah, but like
Put it
you're
here,
not going
put
to
your
get
rook
there.
behind it and
You're not
shove
going to
it.
get there. I mean, put the king in front and take with the rook. Your king's in time, I think. Push, 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 push. There, 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 there. Whatever, and then you
Yeah.
take the pawn.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean this should be drawn somehow, I think. But the way it was hard. You don't play f7, you play rook e1, black all the way. I mean, Scott, that's what I thought too. But so that was the game. It's a really interesting end game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely
then-
some nice tactical stuff going on.
There's nice
Major
tactical
takeaway?
stuff. What?
I would say then, so major takeaway for you of this game.
The major
is-
takeaway is that if you don't like take care of your development first, then you're setting yourself up like for a failure later. So I mean, I wasted, right? I ended up in a worse end game, but we saw like 4 or 5 tempi in the middle. That was just like we're wasted.
The
moves.
night, night moves and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those
and
time moves.
I was playing like I think I played solidly and defended pretty well, but I was on the reactive the entire time. Except
Yep.
for that like very early move where I was like, I'm gonna move a single knight up. And then they're like, all right, we're gonna put this here. And I was like, cool, I'll move it back now.
Well, Oh,
So-
I know that we said just like one game or you each submit a game for analysis, but I have a bit of a show game that's just more to kind of like play through real quick because it was
Yes,
funny.
Yes, please.
If you guys are okay with it, it's just real quick.
But before we do that, I do need to state that I think it's awesome that all three of us were brave enough to show games that we were losing as like our one pick, rather
they-
than like games where I was like, watch me crush this like kid that like has obviously never played chess before, you know?
Oh yeah, of course. I think we all want to, give instructional games, and we all want to get better too. Like, there's not a lot of use in showing games where we crushed. So
This
Yeah.
is my show off game. So it is one that I won, and it was the last game that I won that put me in plus territory. So it was against a higher rated player or somebody who had won a bunch that day at least. So that's what makes me kind of like pretty proud about it. And again, I was black. I guess we're black in all of our games. So
All of our favorite games, both the wins and the losses.
Yep, everything.
Which
So
is
this
cute
was-
because I have to learn a new opening for black if anyone has suggestions.
this one was a Queen's Gambit declined. It's just some standard
So you played
moves.
C5 here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That I took, and Seth says that I'm supposed to take E takes D, but whatever. This was not the right move. I'm supposed to take E takes D. Anyways, it just sort of like gets into a super tactical position. And then it's super weird to the point where I have to do king takes, because if queen takes, then my knight's hanging. So I have to do king takes. And it got to this position. Just super like open, wide open. He trades.
I love this.
and then this is actually, believe it or not, the blunder of the game. That's the blunder.
I love this. This is such.
You know why this is a blunder?
Well, because if I trade the rooks, then I get to your D pawn.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had opposition. I was sitting there. I was like, I'm gonna win this game. And he offered a draw right, like, okay, so right at this position, right here, he goes. He even said over the road, he's like, "Oh, that was intense." You know, right about here. And then this all happened, and he knew that he blundered as soon as this happens. And right here, he offers a draw. And I was like, no,
Sneaky.
sir. No,
Sneaky.
sir.
He was trying to swindle you.
I was like, I got the opposition right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but if you don't know, I mean, offering a draw, like I feel like it's tactical as well. So
I'm not going
Like-
to lose here, though. Like, there's no way I'm going to lose this position.
sure,
You
but he
know?
didn't know that.
I did.
Ooh, hold up. Is that a challenge? Is that a challenge? Because I will play white here and I will try to beat you. Are you ready?
You're going to go for a win?
I'm going to play as white and I'm going to beat you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
This is dojo history in
What
the
are the
making,
stakes?
y'all.
What are the stakes?
Hold up.
What
I
are
gotta
the
crack
stakes?
my fingers here. The stakes. Oh crap, there's stakes. Well, I challenged Drew, so Drew has to choose the stakes,
What?
right?
Oh, geez. Oh, geez.
Now Drew's like, I don't know. Wait, can I win this position? Oh crap.
Oh man, I'm trying to make a Standing Man reference, but I drew the winner has to sit down underneath their computer and cry for a little while.
Oh, the loser. Okay. All right, I'm down. I'm down. Let's do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
It's like
so
not
it's
standing. What's not standing?
it's white. Okay.
White to
it's
move. Yeah.
White to move. Oh crap! How do I win? Let's see.
Wait. I have a counter stakes offer. The
Okay.
loser has to do a monologue as the standing man, but make him into like this sympathetic character with
Yes.
puppy.
Yeah. Okay.
Talk
okay,
about-
That's fair. That's totally fair. Yes. Let's go with that.
Okay.
That's so much better. That's great.
Yes. Okay, cool. The
Yes.
standing man as a sympathetic monologue. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go, God, I'm going to go this way.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that this is winning, by the way, the direction that I chose. This is winning. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to play this.
For chat, if you weren't here earlier, both Aaron and Drew played against an opponent in one of their games who stood across from them the entire time, like playing from a standing position, towering over the board, hitting their chair, like being really intense and intimidating. So we were kind of roasting him a little bit during the analysis.
Roasting's a kind way of putting it.
I'll play that.
All right.
And I'll play that.
Okay.
I'm winning. and then I'll play this. And then I'll play this. We both don't want to move our kings. All right, how do I do this? I'm gonna get you. Okay, let's see.
See, regardless what happens, Black always gets opposition. That's my claim. Or like the Zugzwang. Like it's inevitable. That's what's cool about the position. Like it's equal, but Black always gets opposition.
Can I just like I can't let you do this. Because then I have to like be sympathetic about standing. Crud. All right.
Was just sack everything.
It is sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? I got a plan. We're gonna fake him out. Yeah, you weren't ready for that, were you?
No, not ready at all.
See, I got you on the. All right.
Yeah.
So then,
very perplexed.
Get ready for a moment of pure genius.
Yeah, I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking.
Justifiably so, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. I would be too. Don't you worry.
You ready for what's next?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
What now? Oh, You didn't see that. You didn't see
terrified.
That.
Just terrified.
Should be.
Man.
You get ready.
I can't pre-move on an analysis board. This isn't fair.
Where you at? Prove it. Prove that you're winning. I can help you with some storylines about the Standing Man if you need to prepare some stories.
You're getting into character already.
Should I stand up? Oh, maybe I should stand up. So that the pressure's on. See, now you got to relive somebody beating you while standing.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, see, now I have to figure out, do I take some pawns and I lose that pawn? No. I'm not falling for that, bro. Not falling for that. Here's what we're doing. I'm just stretching. It's not because I think I'm going to lose and have to stand here and do anything. It's just, it's a good moment to stretch. Okay. Victory is at hand, my dude.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're going after. I see you. All right, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing. I'm building my confidence. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. If you do that and I do that, then it's over for you, basically. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
It's just over for me.
Yeah, it is gonna be. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I will take this because I see you. You can't fool me.
Yep.
Yep. And then I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is over for you, bro.
Yep. I'm done.
Hold on. Hold on.
I should have thought harder.
I got this. I got this. I got this. You want here? No. Oh, I can't offer you a draw. It's an analysis board. Damn it. I was gonna hit you with that draw for like that dude. Oh man. Okay. All right, you got me. I gotta be the standing man. I resign. Foiled. I was wondering if I could maybe like hit you like the standing man and stalemate you, and then you have to do it.
Okay, I have to do what do I have to do? I can't take.
Yeah, you take it with the king. That's how you win.
Nope.
That's
Nope.
exactly how you win, standing boy.
Standing boy.
Come on.
Incredible. Oh man.
Oh, look who's excited to join us.
Smarter Chess says if I played someone this confident, I might resign on the spot. Okay. We'll play this. What are you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk. Maybe I should have gone down.
I don't even. Why am I like? I'm just like perplexed somehow. This is silly.
Now you want that draw offer?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. Wait.
Trying the pixies.
Come on. Take it. Come on.
Why is this so hard? This is terrible.
Let's pretend there's time trouble.
Let's pretend there's time trouble. I have to win this though. Yikes.
Oh, wait. No, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, man. Oh, good thing it's an analysis board. Take back.
What are you doing? What are you going to do instead?
Aaron has no poker face, says Eric, Oh my God. I was gonna play. What was I gonna play? Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. And then what'd you do? You played Queen,
I thought you said
Queen
that
E5
you
check?
weren't going to do that.
What?
I thought you said you weren't going to do that.
I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh no. Wait, how did? Oh, I see.
You got this.
No, actually, I'm good.
I love how I'm making it. I'm
was
at least
close.
making it hard for you. Yeah.
That was
Okay. So
close.
it's made in 2. There you go. All right.
Yes. Actually, it's not made in 2. It's made in 3.
What?
You go the other way.
Oh, I can go the other way, and then you got to go bop bop.
Yeah.
Ooh. No, you didn't have to play it out. You didn't have to show them that you won. All right. Very nice, sir. Very nice. Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're sitting at the table, right? And you're waiting for your opponent, and here it comes.
Yep.
It's okay, honey. It's okay. We're gonna get that food for you. Okay. It's gonna be all right. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, my name is hold on, what's my name? My name is
Michael, right?
I shouldn't say his name, even though I have it written right here, probably. Okay. Yeah, my name is Drew. Hi.
Oh,
Oh, you're
shit.
Drew too. Oh, wow. Imagine that. Drew versus Drew. That's so cool. Oh, wow. Okay. Would you hold her real quick? Sorry. I just got to get the clock out of the bag. Here, would you hold her? Oh, thank you so much. It's so nice. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this is my first tournament, by the way. Yeah. I heard there's some money. Yeah. It's even if it's a gift card, to like a grocery store or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, it's we're here for fun. I know. It's not like, but it'd be nice. Okay, so yeah. Oh, is it okay if I stand? Because my back, like I hurt my back. I had to lift a car because there was a kid underneath. And it was very, very scary. But you know how your adrenaline just kicks in and you just like Superman it. But yeah, the kid's okay. But my back, not so much. So I'm just gonna stand here. It's okay. It's okay. Cool. All right. Quick question. Do you have an EpiPen on you, just in case? Because I have like allergies to if I don't tap my fingers constantly, then I have like there's a weird reaction, and I might. I start, I feel it now even. So I'm just going to do this if that's okay with you. Okay. All right. Good luck. There you go. Thank you. It's scene. Sympathetic?
So sympathetic. I was like, no, sir,
standing boy.
Please stand. Please tap your fingers. Give me your baby Yoda.
Oh my God. I felt the pressure, Amanda, because I know you're like, you do the improv. I know that you're you have that perspective.
You've become the second person to do a monologue on the Dojo channel. I had to do a monologue a couple months ago.
Wow. So Drew, I guess the true test is whether or not you felt new sympathy for Standing Man after that.
Yes, absolutely. I did not realize that he had a condition, an allergic reaction to being unable to tap plastic. Now that that's confirmed, and like the next time I see a gentleman that wants to tell me how I did wrong in the game, I can just understand it. It might just be Tourette's. So.
The scientist says getting dangerously close to being a cry impersonation.
Jesse Cry is one of the sensei.
Mm-hmm. Is it the glasses and the hat and the tie-dye vibe?
Almost.
Yeah.
I need a spindrift in one hand and a story about stealing a scooter in Morocco in the other hand.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we should probably call this one a wraps.
Yes, absolutely. But no, I mean, I think we just all learned that we never know what somebody's going through that might make them, stand or tap their fingers or. So no.
Oh, Drew, I need this back.
Thank you guys so much. Oh yeah.
I needed that back. Sorry, Drew.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know you wanted to keep it.
Yeah. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. Hopefully you found those instructional as well, or at least if you're much higher rated, you found it entertaining. But enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.
Have a good one.
Bye, Dojo. I love you.
See you later.
Wait, can any of us?
I'm just gonna pop off the Zoom since we can't close down the stream until David's back. So
I love that.
It's just gonna sit around, I guess. But,
that's hilarious.
See you later.
Oh my gosh. I think now I own the Dojo stream because I haven't left the Zoom call and everyone else has. So what's up, Dojo? It's your boy, Arn Hawaii. What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, so wow, do I have stories? Let me someone do something. I will do something, and we're gonna have a little fan fiction here. Let's see. Shakespeare. We'll read you sonnets. Ready? Shakespeare's sonnets. about chess. Let's see if I find a sonnet about chess. Let's discuss the people you meet at 2 a.m. at the Albertsons. Oh, I like that. I like that. Amanda says, let me see if Arn's still going. I am definitely still going. I'm still going on the Dojo Live channel too. That's the best part. I like that. Let's see. Okay, so we got what? Sonnet number 1. No, I'm not going to read Shakespeare, guys. Come on, you serious? Arn, I can send a raid. Ooh, yeah, okay, we could do that. At least for the sake of, I can. What do you call it? We can pay it forward. We can pay it forward. Hey, Coldplayer just gifted Amanda a sub. That is so nice. Amanda, I'm probably not going for a bit, but if you raid me, then I take my viewers and the dojo viewers, and then we gift them to somebody else. That would be cool, right? I like that. And in the time that y'all come and join moi, if you want to follow me, you can. It's up to you. It would be nice. I do survival mode Puzzle Rush in my regular streams. We're also going to enter in the rest of these Vegas games in the next few streams. Maybe I'll give you a sonnet. We'll try that. Vegas games. We'll see if you get a sonnet on the next stream. There we go. What's up, y'all? All right, so now we get to pick somebody on Twitch to forward our body to. What's up, y'all? Let's see. Ooh, Chess Coach Net is streaming. Joe Bruin. Okay, we got it. Joe Bruin is another person who played in Vegas, and y'all should come with me on the raid to Joe Bruin's channel. So what do you think? Stay for the raid. You'll get channel points. That's fun. You can spend those on, gift cards. You'll get or that's fun. The little gauge that you use to see how much air is in your tires. That's also a thing. And ooh, I could play some outro music too. How much air is in your tires? That's also a thing. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That was fun. I could play some. We should do more stuff with Dojo. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That was fun. And check this out. I can do the thing like professional studios do when they sign off and they say, good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Check this out. And now pay-per-view television, Home Shopping Network. Thanks for watching. And then you get like a cool outro where like the studio lights go out. But still there's like, you can see that they're sitting in the dark strangely. But still there's like, that's what we're doing. All right, guys. See you in Joe's channel. Thank you so much. For those of you who just rated and followed, I appreciate you. I love you, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Thanks for Drew and Amanda and David for inviting me on the Dojo channel. Y'all are amazing. And we'll see you in Joe's chat. Good night, everybody. The Dojo channel. Y'all are amazing. And we'll see you in Joe's chat. Good night, everybody.
For 2 years. This is the guy winning on Time Against Maine 1. Oh. You saw my tweet. Yeah. What shows like in high school did I do? I actually, so I'm not very music or theatrically talented. I was just like, I took the class. I didn't actually perform anything. My teacher asked me to try out and I was like, oh, I'm so busy, blah blah blah. It's like all bad excuses.